It's a serious group of people here. If you're into the world of finance like I am, I love finance. There's a who's who with us today. It's amazing that you don't know some of these people, but anybody in finance knows every one of them. And I want to thank them for being here today. We're delighted to welcome some of our nation's brightest minds in finance, crypto, and technology ahead of the first ever meeting of the CFTC's Innovation Advisory Committee in Washington, D.C. This is a group of very smart people that are on a committee to recommend what we do. Right, Paul? They're going to be telling us a little bit, but I think Paul knows maybe more than anybody. He's doing a great job. We're all happy with Paul, I think, right? He's been absolutely fantastic. Crypto markets and the prediction markets and conventional finance to decentralized finance, the people in this room are ensuring that the future of commercial markets is pioneered and perfected. Right here in the USA, we're fighting a lot of other countries to control these markets and to have these markets and to profit and all the jobs and everything else created, and we're doing well. We're leading in every aspect, including a...
All right, so that's President Donald J. Trump beginning the crypto meeting at the White House with crypto leaders, including the CEOs of Coinbase, Ripple, Robinhood, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss. And so here is kind of one of the more important parts of the meeting.
So 2 years ago, our country was dead, and now our country is the hottest country anywhere in the world. There's nobody close. No other country is close, and every country will admit it. So now we need Congress to take the next step by passing the Clarity Act, a fair version of the Clarity Act, and this landmark structure legislation. It's a very, very powerful structured legislation which will keep us ahead of China, keep us ahead of everyone else, will open the door to the next wave of innovations and innovators.
So that's pretty exciting. It sounds like the Clarity Act's probably going to pass, especially the way that all of a sudden they said, we're not going to vote now, but we're going to vote when we come back in September. And then we've got this meeting, and Trump seems to think it'll pass. So we've got a very green market today. We've got Bitcoin knocking on the door of 70,000 we haven't seen in a minute. We've got Ethereum way up 18%. Ethereum's actually smoking everything, with XRP at $1.11, up 11%. And so here's a clip of me from 3 days ago, not trying to say I told you so, but listen and listen good. XRP still behaving like a stable coin at $1 in the digital asset guy's opinion. This is an incredible opportunity that I don't think will be around forever. Please remember, though, nothing that I say in these videos is financial or investment advice. Just my own personal thoughts, opinions, feelings, philosophies, things like that, for entertainment and educational purposes only. The great XRP Spalding reshared that video, and I wasn't trying to brag or anything, but really you can just feel it when you've been in this market since 2016. I could honestly just feel it, that we weren't going to stick around $1. Sometimes when it's at the end of the bear market and the bears are exhausted and it's just people are almost tired of buying, that's when the whales step in. And remember, I always say the charts are not chasing the news is chasing the charts. And so this might look like a time where it's like, oh, well, it went up because of the news. But the thing is, we were so oversold and the market was so bored. We were just needed any little thing to pick us up. And we got a big thing, a very big deal, basically with Trump saying, he believes the Clarity Act's going to be signed, and a lot of other interesting things were said today. We'll get into some of that when we get back. And I got a shout out from one of my heroes, Rob 007 XRP Rob, from the, let me just make sure, Rob 007. His channel was changed. And I'm going to share it with you guys after the break. We'll see you in a couple seconds. So I think it's kind of exciting that you have a brand new asset class. Welcome back. I'm the Digital Asset Guy, your host, and this is Rob 007. Here is his shout out to me. We spoke on the phone today, and it was just so exciting. I'll get into what we talked about in a second, but here's his shout out to me.
Some of the things that we will be doing, and one, I'll just cut right into it. I want to do a special shout out to Digital Asset Guy. I got to meet him back at XRP Las Vegas last year, and he did interview me. And what was kind of fun, he didn't. What the interview wasn't about XRP; it was about what Bond movies I like. So he made it a lot.
That was at the very beginning of my channel where I said, you know, I'm tired of people always talking about the same thing, the charts, the prices, the news. I want to talk to people about other things. I want to get to know the content creators, my heroes. I want to see what kind of humans they are, what their favorite movies are and things. So I asked him what his favorite Bond movies were. And it's a fun little short in my playlist called XRP Stories from XRP Las Vegas 2025.
A lot of fun. I love his style. I've been watching his channel evolve this year, and it actually has a really kind of neat where he's actually doing a nice little niche. And if you learned a secret in life, one of the things I learned early is like if you want to be really successful, if you take a very, very narrow niche and fill that, you can become just extremely absurdly wealthy. And
not just wealthy in terms of money, but wealthy in terms of who you know and who wants to utilize you because you do something very specific. So if you want to hear the rest of that, go ahead and look up this video at Rob007 XRP and type this in, XRP utility trifecta coming Q4. So one other thing I just want to mention, he is doing the proper party. I'm going to let him tell you about it here. Let's start it right here.
Sink it and let it rip. And it buys XRP and dollar cost averages for XRP for me. It's a major part of my current strategy as well as my long-term strategy.
Rob is a tech guy and he talks all about things that I don't know anything about, and it's just a very smart guy. So go and watch this video if you want to hear more about that. But here he's going to tell us about the proper party.
Email me your name, number, and a good time to call. Last but not least, don't forget about the XRP 007 proper party up in Orlando. It's going to be April 17th and 18th at the Margaritaville Resort. Tickets are $589. You can send USDC. In the description, you'll see that send address in the description, not the comments below of imposters. We're going to have so much fun. I was actually chatting with a couple people on the phone.
And then that's where he goes into talking about my shout out. But anyway, it's going to be a great time. I really can't wait. And it should just be a bunch of, and this thing's capped at a certain number. So if you want to go, you need to get on that. All right, so back to President Trump and the meeting today. Here he is, where Brad Garlinghouse is over here, the CEO of Ripple. And here's where he welcomes CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. And I think the way that he does this is interesting. Watch.
We wanted them. It's where's Mike, co-founder of CEO of CTO and president of BitGo, which is a big deal in the world of that thing, that little thing that's happening out there. And Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. Brad, thank you very much, Brad.
He says, thank you very much, Brad. Almost like someone who knows someone well. I thought it was kind of interesting how Brad did not speak at the microphone. We all wanted him to, but here's Brad and Stuart, chief legal counsel at Ripple, Stuart Alderati and Brad in President Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. So I just thought it was sort of funny how Brad was very quiet in this. I mean, I wanted him to speak at the mic, so I posted this. I said, I feel like I'm a dad seeing my little boy in a grade school choir concert. I think he's about to go to the mic for his solo. Look at that face. I mean, it's so funny. Brad's face is so funny. You can see his faces are so telling. But anyway, I thought that was funny, and we were watching the live stream. We're all like, "Come on, Brad, go to the mic," because we heard from one of the Winklevoss guys and Seelig And then the CEO of Chainlink spoke, and we're all like, come on, Brad, come on, Brad. So I thought that was funny. But I think that it was a good sign that we did not hear Brad speak. And then we heard Donald Trump, President Trump, say, thank you, Brad, like someone who knows someone well might say. I just thought it was a little interesting. So here's another part I wanted to cover of this thing. You should really go and watch the whole thing, though.
Does the administration have any plans to accumulate sizable amounts of Bitcoin or other crypto?
Well, it's been talked about. I think I'd probably rely on Paul and the whole group for that. He'll make a decision. You guys will make a decision, and you'll let me know. But certainly it's been talked about. It's taken a lot of pressure off the dollar. It's been very, very good for the dollar. And I think if you came in with recommendations, two of you, if you came in with some recommendations, I would certainly listen. It seems to be a pretty big subject.
Does the administration have any?
That's pretty exciting. Has the U.S. has talked about accumulating sizable amounts. Right now, they've just held on to confiscated Bitcoin and crypto from like criminal raids and things. But I believe there will be a day where we see this thing again. The mysterious post that Donald Trump made on Truth Social, a U.S. crypto reserve, oh, okay, I'll do it in the voice. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets, directed by the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We're making America great again. And then an hour later he says, and obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll bet his sons, I'll bet Don Trump Jr. and Eric Trump were like, Dad, you can't just go on there and post that. Get on there and put that Bitcoin and Ethereum will be in there too, or we're going to have people climbing the walls and stuff. But I don't think he posted this for no reason. I think there will come a day where they're going to announce that they're acquiring more of these digital assets. And I think that'll be a very exciting day. People, there's just too many pieces of the puzzle with this whole thing right now, with digital assets, the strategic stockpile, the Bitcoin reserve, the Clarity Act, the ethics concerns around it, how it's been handled, and the timing that all of these things have been done and the reaction that we're seeing in the market. Well, you could say it's a reaction, but the market was ready for this news and it was dropped at the right time. And I just think it's very, very exciting. We're down here at the bottom. Good news gets dropped, and the only way to go is up. So I'm really excited. Here's what the blockchain backer had to say today. Played 2026 pretty decent. He's already up 10% year to date. So it's pretty impressive. Blockchain backers played it like as well as anyone could and been able to explain it. This market's very unforgiving. It's changing all the time. It's very volatile, but he has been able to accurately call these things. You've heard me talk about it a million times, but this is what he posted 5 hours ago. In 2022, when the monthly MACD crossed through zero, FTX collapsed and Bitcoin hit 10.6 million coins at a loss. 2026, when the monthly MACD crossed through zero, strategy depegged, strategy sold, and Bitcoin hit 10.8 million coins in a loss. So it's basically the same thing. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes, and this is pretty darn close. And so if you look at the timing of all of it, I think it looks pretty good, and I am very, very excited. People keep saying like, oh, XRP is so low, it's depressing, and this and that. Not if you made the right moves at the right time and you really believe in what you hold. So here's what I'll leave you with. I posted this. I said, I meant to say he just opened the door to the next bull run, but I accidentally put he just owned the door to the next bull run, but maybe that's cooler. Is that cooler? I don't know if it's that I'm dyslexic or whatever. All the time when I make posts, I swear I didn't write he owned the door to the next run. I put he opened the door to the next bull run, and I swear it'll like change it. But I don't know, is he owned the door to the next bull run? Is that cooler? He owned the door? Maybe it is. So anyway, watch this, and you can see Brad Garlinghouse opens the door for President Trump. It just seems to me like Brad Garlinghouse and President Trump know each other a little better than they're leading on. I'm going to play this without sound because it has music, but you see Brad Garlinghouse opened the door. He owned the door. He just owned the door to the next bull run. You know, it does make sense. I do like it. I'm glad that I was dyslexic or whatever and typed the wrong thing. He just owned the door to the next bull run. I like it. Let's watch him one more time. Brad Garlinghouse grabbing that door, opening it, just owned the door to the next bull run. How about that? Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button. It's free. Please make sure you're subscribed, and please share this video with anyone who you think would value it and be educated or even just entertained a little. It's word of mouth and direct referrals that help me the most, and if you help me share this content, you'll be helping me get just a little bit closer to doing my dream job of talking crypto all day, every day. It's what I love doing. I love it so much. I love to do it for free. So that's the deal. And also go and watch Rob 007 XRP's video. And you can watch the whole video and learn more about the proper party that he's throwing. It should be a good time. Thank you so much for watching. Digital Asset Guy out.